Good morning, Linson Luther. I am Mihiraa. Let's start the warm-up sessions. Why did you choose to become a nurse?
There are several reasons why I chose nursing. First of all, many of my relatives are nurses, and their stories inspired me a lot. Besides, nursing is a profession with an ocean of opportunities, both native and abroad. Above all, this is a service-oriented profession in which I can serve humanity. Hence, I chose nursing as my career.
Why did you choose OET?
It is my long-term ambition to work as a registered nurse in any English-speaking country, such as the UK, Ireland, and so on. To meet the requirements to register as a nursing professional there, I need to prove my English language proficiency. Hence, I chose OET to fulfill my dream. Moreover, OET is tailored according to the needs of nursing professionals. Therefore, I believe I could perform well in this test.
What are the current trends in your profession?
Nursing is a dynamic profession, and changes happen daily. Nowadays, technology plays a vital role in my profession. For instance, paper records that we used in the past have been updated to electronic records. Besides, at present, we are following evidence-based practice, which means there is a scientific rationale for every procedure. Moreover, in the present day, a nurse can function as a nurse practitioner, which is equivalent to the position of a physician.
Do you have a role model?
Yes, I do. My role model is my mother. I follow many things that my mother does. It is from my mother that I learned the basics of kind behavior, decision-making, and organizing skills, a polite and humble manner, and a helping and sharing mentality. The care and respect she gives to everyone makes me wonder sometimes. She is a perfect example of womanhood. I believe a nurse should possess all these qualities. She is my superhero.
Which is your favorite destination? Why?
My dream destination is Australia. The first and foremost thing is that Australia has a world-class healthcare system, and I can be a part of it. Secondly, the country has a better standard of living and economic and political stability. Besides, here nurses are paid well and respected too. In addition, I have many friends and relatives over there, so they can help me during my initial days.
Your preparation time is over. You can now start your OET roleplay.
Hello, Mihiraa. Thank you for having me. It's very nice to meet you in person. And thank you for everything you're doing for your father. I know this can be a lot to manage. Before we begin, I want to assure you that my goal today is to listen and to help you build a plan that works for your family. To start, could you tell me a bit more about how your father has been lately? I'm interested in his memory, his general mood, how he's managing with his personal care, and if there have been any specific challenging incidents recently.
It's just a lot. His memory is getting worse. Last week, he put the kettle on and forgot about it until it was smoking, and his mood changes so quickly. He gets frustrated when he can't find the right words. He sometimes forgets to shower unless I remind him.
I really appreciate you sharing that with me. It sounds incredibly stressful, especially incidents like the kettle, which are clear safety concerns. Based on what you've described and the hospital's report, it does confirm the diagnosis of early-onset dementia. I want to take a moment to explain a bit more about what this means for you and your father. Essentially, dementia is a progressive condition, which means that the symptoms you're seeing now are likely to change and develop over time. This isn't something that stays the same. It evolves, and our care strategies need to evolve with it. Given the stage your father is in right now, Mihiraa, our absolute priority is managing safety risks, as the forgotten kettle perfectly illustrates. This progressive nature is precisely why our immediate focus needs to be on three key areas. First, creating a very stable and predictable daily routine to reduce confusion and anxiety for your father. Second, ensuring he has appropriate supervision to prevent accidents. And third, and this is often the most difficult part, beginning to have conversations about future planning. This forward thinking is crucial because it allows us to put support systems in place now, before the condition progresses further, ensuring his wishes are respected and you are not making decisions in a crisis later on.
Our routine. We try, but every day is different. What does a good routine look like for someone like my dad?
That's an excellent question, Mihiraa. Managing day-to-day life is often where the most significant challenges and opportunities for improvement lie. For daily management, establishing a structured routine is one of the most supportive things you can do, as it creates a sense of familiarity and security, which can significantly reduce anxiety and confusion for your father. This means aiming for consistency by having meals, personal care, a gentle walk, and rest periods at roughly the same times each day. Woven into this routine, your approach as a caregiver is just as important. Using a calm and patient tone, even during moments of frustration, can help to de-escalate situations and make him feel safe. Furthermore, within this structured day, it's beneficial to encourage his participation in simple, familiar tasks or hobbies he has always enjoyed, whether that's folding laundry, listening to his favorite music, or looking through old photo albums, as these activities help to maintain his skills and sense of confidence and purpose. These management strategies are deeply supported by how we communicate. Mihiraa, adopting specific communication strategies can make your interactions much smoother and more effective. This primarily involves breaking down requests into one-step instructions, for example, saying "please sit here" rather than a complex sentence that he might struggle to follow. It also means using very clear and simple language, avoiding metaphors or abstract ideas, and allowing plenty of time for him to process what you've said and to respond. To complement this, visual aids can be incredibly powerful. Something as simple as a large print clock, a picture-based schedule of the day's main events, or even labeling cupboard doors can provide clear, nonverbal cues that promote independence and reduce the need for constant verbal reminders, which can sometimes feel overwhelming for him.
I never thought about using pictures. That might help. I'm also worried about the house being safe for him.
Your concern about safety is very valid, Mihiraa, and it's one of the most important areas we can address to give you both peace of mind. Let's talk about home safety requirements, which are essentially about making the home environment as secure and supportive as possible for your father. This involves a practical room-by-room review. We would look at removing tripping hazards like loose rugs or clutter, considering safety locks on outside doors or cabinets containing cleaning supplies, installing grab bars in the bathroom near the toilet and shower to prevent falls, and being mindful of appliances like the stove, for which we might explore safety switches or a monitoring schedule. Alongside this physical safety, it is just as crucial to discuss the legal and personal planning requirements. This is about ensuring your father's voice is heard in his future care, even as his condition progresses. It involves having gentle conversations now to understand his preferences and practically going through the process of setting up legal documents like a power of attorney. This would legally authorize you to make financial and healthcare decisions on his behalf when he is no longer able to, ensuring his wishes are respected and you are empowered to act in his best interest without legal hurdles. Do you have any concerns or questions that I need to address?
Power of attorney. We haven't spoken about that yet. It feels so big. I don't know how much longer I can do this all on my own.
And you shouldn't have to, Mihiraa. Please remember that. What you're feeling is completely understandable, and it's a sign that the load is simply too heavy for one person to carry alone. This is exactly why we need to talk about formal care options and, just as importantly, support for you. There are professional services designed to share this burden with you. For instance, a professional in-home care assistant can come to the house for a few hours each day or a couple times a week to help with personal care, meals, or simply to keep your father company, giving you dedicated time for yourself. Another wonderful option could be an adult day center, where your father can engage in social activities and therapies in a safe, stimulating environment, which also provides you with a regular and reliable break during the day. This leads me to the most crucial part of our plan, building a support system for you, Mihiraa. Caring for a loved one with dementia is an emotional journey, and your well-being is the foundation upon which your father's care rests. This means it's not only okay to ask for help, it's essential. We can look at building this support in a few layers. First, see if other family members can share some of the practical responsibilities. Second, I strongly encourage connecting with a local dementia support group where you can talk with people who are walking the same path. They can offer practical tips and, more importantly, the profound comfort of knowing you are not alone. And finally, please don't overlook the value of speaking with a counselor who is experienced in caregiver stress. They can provide you with a confidential space to process your emotions and develop healthy coping strategies. My goal is to ensure you are supported, not just your father.
Having someone come to the house a few times a week would be a huge help. How do we choose what's right for us?
Making a decision about care can feel overwhelming, so my advice is to approach it one step at a time, focusing on what is most sustainable for you and your family. The most suitable care option is one that effectively provides you with meaningful respite, aligns with your family's practical capacity to help, and feels manageable within your financial situation. It's about finding a gentle balance that doesn't create more stress. We don't have to solve everything today. A very practical first step could be to start small, perhaps with a trial period of an in-home carer for just 2 mornings a week. This would allow you to experience the support firsthand, see how your father responds, and adjust from there without a long-term commitment. To make sure we are supporting you through this process, let's plan to touch base again. I suggest we schedule our next appointment for 2 weeks from now. This will give you some time to reflect on our conversation and perhaps explore 1 or 2 of the options we discussed. Also, please know that you can contact me at any time if you have urgent concerns or just need to talk.
I feel a bit less alone now. Thank you, nurse.
You are very welcome, Mihiraa. Take care.